2019 Republic Bharat. 2021 Republic Bangla. 2023 Republic Kannada, coming soon on India's largest news network.
People of this country know that whichever
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Nobody can ever trouble an honest journalist. Nobody can ever trouble an honest media house. We are destined for success. Every moment from now on, I want everyone in the Digvijay newsroom to always remember that you must be wedded to the cause of news. Thank you very much, Anand, for having us here and for letting us take the journey forward.
'17 Republic TV. 2019 Republic Bharat. 2021 Republic Bangla. 2023 Republic Kannada, coming soon on India's largest news network.
people of this country know that whichever language we go to, we are speaking for the people 24/7. We are truly the voice of the people. Today we dedicate Republic Kannada to the people of Karnataka. I am totally confident that the people of Karnataka will welcome us and accept us, give us their blessings in this journey.
Nobody
From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Goswami on the debate at 10. Powered by Reva University, Quick Heal, Secure Right, Green Lamb Laminates, PolicyBazaar.com and Cucina. Co-powered by Mankind Pharma and Tata Punch.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and now time for the nation's sharpest opinion. My hashtag says it all. I just want to expand on it a little bit. The hashtag is Hindu and Proud. And the context is, if you turn the clock back 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, if you were to say, Garv se kaho hum Hindu hai, you would be classified as a bigot. Now let me translate that into English. Say with pride that you are Hindu. I find that a completely reasonable comment. In terms of a hashtag, it is Hindu and Proud. I find that a completely reasonable assertion. If someone were to say Sikh and proud, Muslim and proud, it's perfectly all right. But if you say Christian and proud, it is a completely secular thing to do. But if you say Hindu and proud, you are called a bigot. And that is a simple point that I want to ask. Why? Why? Why can't you say Hindu and proud? Isn't it liberating to say, I am Hindu and proud, and I am Hindu, and I am a nationalist? Isn't it liberating to say that? Why should you be made to feel guilty about saying that you're Hindu and proud, and a proud nationalist at that? I think all Hindus should be proud, and all Hindus should be nationalist. In fact, all religions in this country, every citizen of this country should be a nationalist. Because what is the other alternative? The other alternative, simply put, and I'm not talking of this in terms of semantics, is to be anti-national. Is being an anti-national a matter of choice, a matter of asserting your rights in a democratic country? Are people out of their minds with this kind of perverted logic that has been thrown to us for decades and decades? Ladies and gentlemen, I have no qualms in saying that I have great problems with this caricature of, quote unquote, the mild and moderate Hindu. Why? Why are Hindus expected to be mild and moderate? Why only Hindus are supposed to be mild and moderate? Which other religion is expected to be mild and moderate? Why? What great value is there, ladies and gentlemen, in being mild and moderate as opposed to being proud and assertive? You see, viewers, for a very long time, Hindus have been the unsuspecting victims of this kind of caricaturing. It is conditioning that is put in. If you look at the way things are presented, anybody who is religious and a Hindu is caricatured from cinemas to comic books. Why? Is a similar caricaturing ever done with people from any other religion? Muslims or Sikhs or Christians? No. Holy men from the Islamic faith, from Sikhism, from Buddhism, from Christianity are venerated, respected. But holy men from the Hindu religion are seen to be evil, wily, dangerous, selfish. Why? You see, viewers, all this is not accidental. It has been deliberately done to make Hindus self-conscious about their religious identity. Almost as if to tell Hindus that please keep your religion at home. Don't you dare bring it out into the open. You are a Hindu, we allow you to be a Hindu, that's enough. Don't display the fact that you are a Hindu. And if you display the fact that you are a Hindu, whether it is by wearing a tilak or wearing Rudrakshmala, you will be immediately classified to be somebody who is a bigot. But things are changing. This is no longer the way things are. Viewers, the only answer to this is nationalism. I am not talking about Hindu vote consolidation, but I want to share a bit of arithmetic with you. Who are the people who are attacking Hinduism today? The Congress, the DMK, the RJD. These are the principal parties, and there are others who are joining in. What is common to all these parties? Because all these parties are global masters in caste politics. Their entire thought process, their politics, right down to the booth level, is based on caste politics. Why do they do caste politics? Because their whole idea is mathematical. In this country, to win an election, you need about 35% of the vote. For that, you need to get 70% of the minority vote and 25 to 30% of the Hindu vote, aggregating anywhere between 35 to 40% with which you can win an election. This was the very logic that was told to me once by a political strategist operating in Bengal, who said to me face to face in a confidential meeting, all that we need to do is get 70% of the Muslim vote and 30% of the Hindu vote, and we are through. And how do you get 30% of the Hindu vote? You get it by dividing the Hindu vote bank into different groups, caste, subcaste, SC, ST, OBC, MOBC, and that's how they come up with these formulations. Muslims plus backward caste kind of formulations, Muslim plus Yadav kind of formulations, all regressive thought, but this is what these people are used to. Now the SP, the RJD and the Congress and the DMK know no other kind of politics. These political parties are out of date in a country where the government is taking India to the moon, where ISRO is reaching the moon, where our economy is growing at 8%, where we are holding the G20, where infrastructure is growing, where the Aam Aadmi uses UPI, where the economy has been demonetized, and we are heading to be a superpower. We're heading to $10 to $15 trillion in terms of our GDP in the next 10 years. The problem with these leaders who get together in this I.N.D.I.A alliance is that they don't know any other kind of politics. This is the only language that they speak, 70% of this, 30% of that. This is my clear fact. And what is the answer to this? The answer to this, viewers, is in being assertive. And I'm not saying only this to Hindus, but I'm also saying this to Hindus. If you are Hindu, be proud of being a Hindu. A lot of things will be done by political parties in a pre-election year to divide you, to break you, to abuse you, to threaten you, to vilify you, and as is now happening, even threaten to eradicate you. The only question you need to ask these politicians is this: are you the only people who have done this? For 2,000 years, over hundreds of years, over many centuries, through many invasions, over 1,000 years, there have been attempts to eradicate Hinduism. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, has failed. Let's debate.
At a time when a section of politicians want to demonize Hindus,
any religion that does not ensure that you have the dignity of being a human being is not a religion, according to me. Any religion which does not give you equal rights, does not treat you like humans, is not a religion. So it's as good as a disease.
there is a strong resurgence of Hindu assertion.
जिन लोगों ने सनातन धर्म को चुनौती दी है, उनके कानों तक हमारे स्वर पहुंचे कि जब तक एक एक भक्त इस पुण्य धरती पर जीवित है, तब तक कोई ऐसा नहीं जो धर्म को चुनौती दे, कोई ऐसा नहीं जो आस्था को चुनौती दे.
For close to 7 decades, there was an attempt to downplay the Hindu legacy and symbols. Whether it was the relegation of the sacred Sengol as Nehru's walking stick and mocking of the ritual while reinstating the glory of the Sengol,
a crumbling education system, price of education, price of healthcare, these are the real issues. BJP can't really discuss them, so then they have to do the whole scepter thing, lying down and doing all that. So, aren't you happy I'm not lying down?
the contempt in the tone and voice of some politicians while talking about the Hindu faith.
India has lost confidence in you. The spectacle of the Prime Minister of the greatest democracy bowing to a religious seers of a majority in the chamber of a new parliament fills us with shame.
Or even associating the Hindu religion with terrorism.
हिंदू धर्म वाले आतंकवादी पकड़े गए हैं, सब संघ के कार्यकर्ता रहे।
Message is that right-wing fundamentalist groups are suspected to be behind some bomb blasts. These are religious fundamentalist groups.
But the antagonization of the Hindu religion needs to stop. Global leaders have proudly said that they are Hindu.
Jai Siya Ram. It is truly an honor and a pleasure to be here today at Morari Bapu's Ram Katha at the University of Cambridge on Indian Independence Day. Bapu, I'm here today not as Prime Minister, but as a Hindu.
It's time for complete assertion of Hindu identity. Let's debate.
And I have various points tonight, but I want this to become a movement. And ladies and gentlemen, the Republic Media Network is India's largest news network today. With your blessings and with your support, now broadcasting in many languages across the country and reaching 448 million people, that is 44.8 crore people. And therefore we believe our campaign will reach many people, and the hashtag actually says it all. Hashtag Hindu and Proud. If you believe there is merit in this, please use the hashtag. You can use it on your social media handles. You can also tag Republic. But I think it is right to say Hindu and Proud. And I think more and more people will join me. I hope this hashtag will trend. And I want it to trend not because Hindus need to be insecure. Hindus are the most secure religion. It is because of Hinduism that we are a secular country. It has been said that Hinduism is itself the greatest guarantor of secularism. This was once upon a time said by the Congress. But the fact of the matter is this: I don't think any of our panelists will assume that if Hinduism was not the majority religion of this country, we would be a secular country. That is the principle of Hinduism. That is and I also want to say, Pankaj Sharma, Kapil Madan, Tala Amar Rashidi, Chandan Gaura and Professor Ravikant ji. आपको भी पता है प्रोफेसर जी, आप जितना भी गाली देंगे लोगों को और जितने हिंदू धर्म के खिलाफ बोलेंगे, ये मूर्खता है. इससे सिर्फ और सिर्फ हिंदू धर्म और आगे बढ़ेगा और सनातन धर्म के जो भक्त हैं वो एकजुट होंगे. दे विल कंसोलिडेट, दे विल बिकम स्ट्रॉन्गर. आप लखनऊ में हैं, मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप जानते हैं कि पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में लोगों की भावना किस तरह से उत्तेजित हो गए हैं. लोग जिस तरह से गाली दे रहे हैं और लोग कह रहे हैं कि हिंदू धर्म को समाप्त कर दो, हिंदू धर्म को बंद कर दो. हिंदू धर्म को जो फॉलो करते हैं, हिंदू धर्म को तो HIV और एड्स और डेंगू, मलेरिया, ट्यूबरकुलोसिस के साथ कंपेयर किया जाता है. हर दिन गाली दी जाती है, कहा जाता है कि हिंदू धर्म है क्या, हिंदू धर्म की ओरिजिन क्या है. मैं तो नहीं कहता ना कि दूसरी धर्म की ओरिजिन क्या है. वैसे तो बहुत धर्म है जिनकी ओरिजिन हिंदुइज्म में है ना. ये तो सच्चाई है, इसको तो कोई चेंज नहीं कर सकता. मगर अगर किसी को आदत हो गई है तो मैं कहना चाहता हूं, शुरुआत में एक बात कहना चाहता हूं, दैट हिंदूज विल कंसोलिडेट. What do you think, Sadhvi Jaya Bharti? Will Hindus consolidate or not on this issue, given the kind of relentless attack we have seen, which is only growing in the last few days?
You're asking me this question on the pious occasion of Janmashtami, and I would like to tell you that the Hindus have already consolidated, and the kind of development, the kind of growth the country has seen over the 2 years. And, it is, I'll tell you, you had, I really congratulate you and I thank you, Arnab, that the prefix that you have already attached to the opening of this particular debate, you had shown that, the people, how they are vilifying Hindu religion. However, I see all the people who are, the way you call it, INDIE, whatever, this new alliance is. They so-called call themselves, I am a Hindu scholar, I am a part of the very wide Hindu network. We are already consolidated and we are watching it. We are very carefully watching that this particular alliance, which so-calls themselves as secular and inclusive, the way they say they want 30% of Hindu vote, not by standing by Hindus, but by dividing them. Their secularism starts by bashing Hindus, by abusing Hindus, by vilifying Hindus, by making Hindu apologetic, the way ever since independence, the institutions of the national institutions have been used to make Hindus apologetic of their identity. That has been undone. It has been washed thoroughly, and Hindu consciousness is rising. We are already, consolidated. We are already together. And if you look around today's Janmashtami, the way Hindu consciousness is at display across the country, we are very
Hindu
proud.
fanaticism is rising.
Sir, can you wait for your chance? Can you control as much of your hate towards me for a few moments before you speak? I know Hindu fanatism is rising, and when somebody from your alliance stands on a stage, so please let me complete. Have patience.
Nobody hates Hinduism.
When somebody from your alliance stands up and calls for my eradication, calls for my annihilation, that is not fundamentalism. In with that you find development, growth, what Rahul Gandhi was speaking. Education is the issue, health was the issue. Was Udaynidhi Maran should not have been speaking about education, health and growth and development of the country? Why is he interested in washing away a religion? Can you answer that? No, sir. Please hold your horses before you even apply some logic. What you are defending. If you want to do something, you should be talking about Tamil growth and development and not eradicating Hinduism. What is your interest?
Well-meaning liberal Hindus. Otherwise, no Hindu hates another Hindu.
Your sword
and for anyone else, hating Hindus is simply not affordable.
But my Gada wielding Bajrang Dal cannot be a liberal Hinduism. Why not? Why not? You can call for, slitting the throat of Nupur, and then you are liberal Muslim. You never spoke. I debated with you. You never spoke a word in favor of Nupur, and you never condemned what was spoken against that lady. You are talking about liberalism and fanaticism, sir. You are the most, you're the most polished fanatic I've ever come across. Please.
Sadhvi ji, your Hindutva has...
Why not Udaynidhi Maran speaking about Tamil development, Tamil growth, development of Tamil people? Why was he speaking against the religion?
No.
Is this liberalism?
Sadhvi ji, your Hindutva, your hardcore Hindutva has brought us to this level that Ram Navami is now sadly becoming more about Muslims than about
there is a strategy here. There is a strategy here.
You have no right to talk
Sadhvi Jaya Bharti. No. Sadhvi Jaya Bharti, I'll tell you. From VP Singh onwards.
You are using Ram
from VP
as a
Singh
tool
onwards.
Or a cover to provoke Hindu hatred
Allow me
against
to
the
complete,
Muslims.
please. Allow me to complete,
Hindu
please.
hatred against the
just
Muslims.
1 minute, please.
Sir, at least phrase it right.
Can I?
You are using Lord Rama as a tool.
Just say something here?
As a tool, as a cover.
Sir, please. Yeah, then what are you using Muharram for? What are you using? That whole that event that Udaynidhi Maran was speaking, it was organized against Hindus. That you are not condemning. You are condemning my Ram Navami Shobha Yatra. You are condemning my Ganesh Chaturthi. Come on, sir. You exposed yourself enough. You don't need to. You do not need to put any more effort in exposing yourself. You have exposed yourself enough.
The thing is, Pankaj.
We have a problem.
Pankaj.
My problem.
Is it not a fact?
Pankaj.
My ill fate is
Is it not a fact?
Pankaj, I'll tell you.
Choose those political leaders as their representatives who spread hatred against other communities.
Pankaj,
we have people like you. You're anti-Hindu.
Just 1 minute.
You Hindu-phobic people.
I think what is happening now. What is happening now in the country is a social phenomenon, and we must look into the roots of this social phenomenon. The roots of the social phenomenon are very simple, and I have been watching this for over a decade. Allow me to complete. Tuhin, We all watch this. Vineet is with me tonight. We watch this. And I've been watching it too. Over the last 10 years, young Indians are coming out and proudly saying that we are proud and we are Hindu. गर्व से कहो हम हिंदू हैं, क्योंकि हमें गर्व है हिंदू आस्था में, हमें गर्व है हिंदू संस्कृति में, हमें गर्व है हिंदू इतिहास में। और जो नई पीढ़ी आ रही है, जो भारत की संस्कृति को फिर से उजागर करने वाली है, जो आने वाली पीढ़ी है, वो गर्व से कह रहे हैं हम हिंदू हैं, हम राष्ट्रवादी हैं। इसमें बुरा क्या है? आपको चिढ़ क्यों हो रही है? People are Hindu and proud.
Nothing wrong.
Nobody is saying don't be Muslim and proud.
I am also a
Is it a threat to you? If 100 crore Hindus, if 100 crore people say we are Hindu and proud, आपको डर लगता है क्या? आप डरते क्यों हैं? 100 करोड़ हिंदू कह रहे हैं हम हिंदू हैं, गर्व से कह रहे हैं हम हिंदू हैं।
To hate others. Hate was being injected.
No, nobody is hating anybody. Am I hating you? No. 1 minute. This is now.
A decade before.
No. 1 minute. This is very interesting. No. This is very interesting. 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 1 minute. You are vilifying my religion. Let me tell you one thing.
Let me tell you, Pankaj. Managed to significantly change the Hindu nature in last 1 decade.
Arnab, can I respond to him, please?
What are you saying?
Can I respond to him?
Hindu nature has changed. See, no, 1 minute.
Yeah.
No, 1 minute. Let Tuhin respond to this. Viewers, are you noticing this? Hindus, Tuhin. Hindus are supposed to be scared, meek, moderate, not saying a word, getting slapped on one cheek, giving their taking 10 slaps, smiling, blessing the person and saying, attack me, burn my house, steal from my home,
Arnab,
carry out terrorism, because I'm Hindu, I'll say ठीक-ठाक है, सब ठीक है.
Of the Hindu nature.
It's not going to happen that way.
Hindus feel tempted to express hatred towards others.
Time, please. Arnab, when 2G Raja suddenly equates the Sanatan faith with HIV, for a moment it leaves me wondering if,
louder.
we know so much about
this
HIV.
This debate is trending, viewers.
Personal experience. When 2G Raja suddenly equates Sanatan Dharma with HIV, for a moment it leaves me wondering how come he knows so much about HIV unless it is through some personal experience. But let me focus over here on a larger point. The resurgence of Sanatan Dharma is not just an Indian phenomena in the last 9 years or last 10 years, it has been a global phenomena. You would be aware that on 3rd July, a city in US, Louisville, celebrated the day as World Sanatan Day. The British Prime Minister, current British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, has been so proud of invoking his Sanatan roots. And in India, this revivalism has been, Prime Minister Modi has been in the forefront of this revivalism. This has clearly unsettled and rattled the intrinsic Hindu hate which certain parties in India have had. Of course, DMK has always had a history of that. But the present day Congress party under the Gandhis is equally complicit in the problem. And today, when the Congress party is celebrating the first anniversary of Bharat Jodo Yatra, it is a coming out of the closet moment, not just for the INDA alliance and for the DMK, but equally for the Congress party. Look at how many Congress dynasts have come out in support of DMK, whether it is Priyank Kharge. And when I talk of Priyank Kharge, it is not just about Priyank Kharge. Malika Arjun Kharge is answerable, and unless Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi put Malika Arjun Kharge on, they ask clear questions to him about it, because clearly it was he who first said that, if you vote for Modi ji, you will be strengthening the Sanatan Dharma. So this fundamental hatred for Sanatan Dharma is very intrinsic to present day Congress party, and I can say this with full responsibility that in this 1 year, the Bharat Jodo Yatra was utilized to embolden all those elements across the country who have a fundamental hate for Hindu religion. But today, You know, this is not the era of Periyar. Periyar succeeded because that was the era of Nehru. Today, in the era of Modi ji, look at how many. Allow me to complete, please. Today, in the era of Modi
significant
ji,
section
look
of
at
Hindus
how many
is now become
central ministers,
an epidemic.
how many central ministers have spoken out against this fundamental anti-Sanatan politics. And in 2024, as Anna Malai ji has said, it is not their Hindu religion which will be eradicated, but it will be the DMK which will be eradicated from the Tamil Nadu politics. And it is this fear which has been scaring them. It is this fear which has completely rattled them, making them some, forcing them to make some very stupid statements.
You see, the one point, Ravikant ji, Professor Ravikant, this politics, Yadav plus Muslim plus OBC plus MBC, ये जो 19वीं सदी की पॉलिटिक्स है, इसको बाय बाय कहने का टाइम आ गया है, मुझे लगता है। अगर कई लोग इमोशनली अटैच्ड है इसके साथ, इन लोगों को कोई अगर कहे वी आर हिंदू एंड प्राउड और राष्ट्रवाद की बात करे तो दे फील वेरी थ्रेटेंड। Actually, you know, Professor Ravikant, that even all of this British definition of the caste system is not part of the origins of Hinduism. जो सनातन धर्म को गाली दे रहे हैं, ये सनातन धर्म के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं जानते हैं। ये अंबेडकर को भी नहीं पढ़ा इन्होंने। आपने तो पढ़ा होगा, आप प्रोफेसर हैं, तो आप जरा मुझे बताइए कि वॉल्यूम 1 पेज 18 में अंबेडकर ने क्या कहा था। अंबेडकर जी ने क्या कहा था? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said particular attention has to be paid to the fact that the Varna system was essentially a class system, not a caste system, in which individuals when qualified could change their class, and therefore classes did change their personnel, which means according to the Hindu religion, you could become a Brahmin through education, you could become a Kshatriya if you were a warrior, you could become a Vaishya if you chose to become a businessman. The point is, I'm quoting Ambedkar. No, 1 minute. I am quoting Ambedkar. If you don't believe in Ambedkar, then pull out Writings and Speeches, volume 1, page 18. मैं बैठा हूँ इधर, इस पर डिबेट करने को तैयार हूँ, जरा आप उठाइए, इस पर डिबेट हो जाए। क्यों विनीत? Because मैं कह रहा हूँ कि जिस तरह से इन्होंने कास्ट सिस्टम का इंटरप्रिटेशन किया है, शायद आपने अंग्रेजों को पढ़ा है। फ्रेंच स्ट्रक्चरलिस्ट सोशल एंथ्रोपोलॉजिस्ट लुई धूमो की किताब है जिसका नाम है होमो हायरार्किकस, जिसमें द ओनली प्रिंसिपल टू डिफाइन इंडियन सोसाइटी इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन एज डिफाइंड थ्रू वेस्टर्न लेंस। ये वेस्टर्न इंटेलेक्चुअल्स के अप्रोच को आप इंडिया में नहीं डाल सकते। आप लोगों ने किस तरह की वेस्टर्न आइडियोलॉजी को रट्टा मार के आप रिप्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं। आप सनातन धर्म की गहराई में जाइए। एंड यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड प्रोफेसर रविकांत, हिंदूज आर प्राउड, everybody should be proud. Hindus are proud and Hindus should also be proud nationalists. And that is the way we'll bring unity together. This 19th century politics of MBC, OBC, MBC, OBC, OBC plus Yadav plus this plus that plus this plus Muslim, ये सब खत्म होना है प्रोफेसर। ये पुरानी सोच है, इससे आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा देश को। इससे किसी का फायदा नहीं हुआ है, आपको भी नहीं हुआ होगा मंडल कमीशन के टाइम पे, है ना? तब क्या हुआ था? पॉलिटिशियंस ने कास्ट को यूज करके हमारे स्टूडेंट्स, छात्रों को तोड़ने की कोशिश, विभाजित करने की कोशिश की थी। उस सोच को तोड़ना पड़ेगा। वी हैव टू मूव अहेड, प्रोफेसर रविकांत। सो आई एम सेइंग टू यू दैट दिस अब्यूज ऑफ हिंदुइज्म इज नॉट गुड। डोंट यू एक्सेप्ट दैट हिंदूज शुड बी प्राउड?
प्रणय जी, मुझे लगता है कि ये बात तो आपको मोहन भागवत जी को समझा देनी चाहिए। आज उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट किया कि सवर्णों ने 2000 साल तक दलितों का शोषण किया है और आरक्षण पर वो बोल रहे थे। और आरक्षण सिर्फ अभी नहीं बल्कि अगर अगले 200 साल तक भी जारी रहे तो वो रहना चाहिए। मुझे लगता है कि उनको आप समझा देते तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहता। और रही बात बाबा साहब डॉक्टर अंबेडकर की, जो आप कोट कर रहे हैं, एक्चुअली ऋग्वेद की शुरुआती अवस्था में जहां पुरुष सूक्त नहीं आया है तब तक वर्ण व्यवस्था का सिस्टम ये था कि कोई भी व्यक्ति किसी दूसरे वर्ण में जा सकता था। लेकिन पुरुष सूक्त में जब 4 वर्ण की व्यवस्था हुई और उसके बाद जैसे ही आप उत्तर वैदिक काल में आते हैं और पुराणों के काल में आते हैं, वहां पे वर्ण व्यवस्था संकीर्ण होती चली गई।
नहीं, ये आपकी ये पता नहीं आपको किसने सिखाया है। मैं आपसे आग्रह करना चाहूंगा प्रोफेसर, सुनिए आप प्रोफेसर हैं। इतनी गलत बात, एक मिनट, इतनी गलत बात अगर आप किसी और को पढ़ाएंगे वो एक्सेप्ट कर लेंगे, मगर आई एम फोर्स्ड टू टेल यू दैट you don't have the facts with you. You have not educated on the subject. You should do some more research, because let me tell you, I'm feeling so sorry for you for your ignorance on the subject, because as per Hindu texts, and I am a proud Hindu, I am a proud Hindu. According to ancient Hindu texts, no, listen to me. I know you'll have to listen. नहीं, कोई प्रिविलेज क्लास नहीं, कोई प्रिविलेज क्लास नहीं। आप मेरी बात सुनिए।
अब आप सुन लीजिए,
नहीं,
जो कहा था,
मैं नहीं सुनूंगा, मैं नहीं सुनूंगा,
डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर
मैं नहीं सुनूंगा,
1930 के बाद
मैं नहीं सुनूंगा
कि मैं हिंदू
मैं नहीं सुनूंगा। आप मेरी बात सुनिए,
लेकिन हिंदू धर्म में मरूंगा नहीं।
आपको यू शुड नॉट थ्रो सो मच अब्यूज। प्रोफेसर रविकांत, आप जैसे लोगों को मायावती, अखिलेश, इनका पेट्रोनेज मिलेगा क्योंकि आप उत्तर प्रदेश में हैं। मैं जानता हूं कि आपकी जरूर कोई राजनीतिक मंशा होगी, आपकी राजनीतिक मंशा है, जरूर है, इसलिए आपको एक तरह की पॉलिटिक्स का आपका समर्थन करना पड़ेगा आपको उसका। आप सुनिए मेरी बात, आप सुनिए, आप जानते नहीं है।
हमको कोई प्राउड नहीं है ना डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर।
I'll tell you. Professor Ravikant, don't be angry. I'll tell you one thing. See, I'll tell you, Professor Ravikant. Let me just tell you. You listen to me. Listen to me for a minute. Listen to me for a minute. आप मुझे मत बताइए मैंने कहां से पढ़ाई की है ना, मगर आपको मैं ये जानूंगा, अगर आपको हिंदू धर्म के बारे में 1% भी नहीं। आप मेरी बात सुनिए ना, आप सुनते क्यों नहीं है? आप इनसिक्योर क्यों हो गए? आपको मैं काउंटर कर रहा हूं अच्छी तरीके से, मैं तो पोलाइटली काउंटर कर रहा हूं। मैं बस कुछ आपको पर्सनली नहीं कह रहा, मैं कह रहा हूं कि आप गलत बोल रहे हैं, है ना। और क्यों गलत बोल रहे हैं? क्योंकि अकॉर्डिंग टू हिंदुइज्म, वर्ण इज बेस्ड ऑन गुण, कैरेक्टर, नॉट बर्थ। ये जो स्पिन डॉक्टरिंग आप कह रहे हैं ना, ये स्पिन डॉक्टरिंग आप कर रहे हैं ताकि आप कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स कर सके। तो कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स को छोड़ दीजिए, राष्ट्रवाद की तरफ जाइए।
अरे मैं
और दूसरी बात, विनीत गोयनका भी, विनीत आप देखिए भाई, आप पॉलिटिशियन नहीं है, मगर पॉलिटिशियन जैसी बात क्यों कर रहे हैं, है ना? क्योंकि वेद, गीता, ये सारी चीजें दे इंडिकेट सोशल मोबिलिटी। वेद क्लियरली स्टेट्स दैट डिफरेंट वर्णास कैन बी अस्क्राइब्ड टू डिफरेंट मेंबर्स ऑफ द सेम फैमिली। एक परिवार के अंदर कोई ब्राह्मण हो सकता है, कोई क्षत्रिय हो सकता है, कोई वैश्य हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है एक परिवार के अंदर। अब मैं ऋग्वेद को कोट कर देता हूं आपको, ऋग्वेद, भगवत गीता पढ़िए, आप पढ़ते नहीं है, आप एक स्पिन डॉक्टरिंग करते हैं क्योंकि आपको एक तरह की पॉलिटिक्स करनी है। आप बताइए मुझे रविकांत जी, आप बताइए मुझे, ये पॉलिटिक्स गलत है क्या? मेरी बात सुनिए, आप मेरी बात सुनिए, लिसन, आंसर माय क्वेश्चन, आप ज्यादा प्रिविलेज्ड है मेरे से, आप यू आंसर माय क्वेश्चन, लिसन टू मी। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग यू। आपके जो नेता है ना राहुल बाबा, वो प्रिविलेज्ड है। हम जो है ना मिडिल क्लास बैकग्राउंड से अपने कठिन परिश्रम से जीवन में आगे बढ़े। आपके नेता लोग प्रिविलेज्ड होंगे। अब दूसरी बात यह है, आप मुझे बताएं रविकांत जी, ये कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स जो चल रही है उत्तर प्रदेश में, जो अब खत्म हो चुकी है, इससे किसका फायदा हुआ? सिर्फ नेताओं का हुआ ना। और फिर आप लोग आके कहेंगे नहीं, कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स और 200 साल करनी पड़ेगी। जब तक हम कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स और 200 साल नहीं कर, हम लोगों के लिए कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स करेंगे, किसी का फायदा हुआ क्या? विनीत जी आपको पूछता हूं मैं, इस कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स से किसका फायदा हुआ? आप हिंदू धर्म को गाली दे रहे हैं क्योंकि आप यू आर क्लोज टू एक्सटिंक्शन। विनीत इज ऑन द डिबेट।
Sir, you're a professor. So let me come in. Arnab, Ram to you, Ram to all my co-panelists and all the viewers watching me right now. And I thank you, Arnab, for coming for this debate, even with your sore throat, and I see that you're not well. But on this August day of Janmashtami, I'm reminded of two characters of Krishna. One, where he's innocent, eats soil, plays with his mother. And two, he takes care of Kaliya and also the Putna. So let me remind those people who are watching us, Sanatan is very innocent. They would be happy to eat soil. Play like a child. Don't make us to take care of you like Kalia. And I'm also reminded of a gentleman whose both the grandfathers are not Sanatani. Either Firoz Bhai Sanatani and neither the Italian grandfather is Sanatani. But and he puts what, he puts in a shop. He calls it dukan. Now, Arnab, I don't understand. How can you sell mohabbat? शरीर बिकता है, इज्जत बिकती है, ईमान बिकता है, मोहब्बत कैसे बिकेगी? सनातन में प्रेम की है ना मंदिर होती है, यहाँ पे कोई दुकान नहीं होती है। और देखिए प्रेम का दुकान किसको बोलते हैं? रविकांत जी मैं आपको बताता हूँ। एक बहन है शर्मा, जिनको प्रेम, उनका दुख देखकर प्रधानमंत्री जी उनके लिए ट्रिपल तलाक का बिल लाते। ये प्रेम का मंदिर है। एक बहन है सिल्विया क्रिश्चियन, उसके घर में गैस नहीं है तो 9 करोड़ 60 लाख गैस देते हैं क्योंकि प्रेम है उनका मन में। एक सुखविंदर करके बहन
जो गटर में मर रहे हैं उनके लिए कब लाएंगे?
सर हिम्मत रखिए, सुनिए, मैंने सर आप पढ़े लिखे हैं, सर मैं 40 मिनट तक तो आपको सुना था। रविकांत जी आप अपने
Arnab, I think I believe I'll get the equal amount of time without being
trying to derail me. I'll not get derailed. That's it. But this gentleman who is grandson of Firoz Bhai, he sells mohabbat. अगर वो कहते कि मोहब्बत के मंदिर तो हम मानते थे, they have that concept of selling everything for business. They denied the second majority the basic principle of education and forced them to become panchar-walas. They denied the basic principle of equality to the second majority and forced them to go into ghetto station just because they had political ambition. I am also forced to tell you, Arnab, those people talk about casteism. Let me remind them, when you are born a Christian, how are you born Christian, sir? Ravikanji, please educate me. Without baptism, you are not a Christian. And when you are baptized, that time you are Protestant, you are Catholic, you are Syrian, you are, evangelist, Orthodox.
Arnab, can I come?
Sir. And if you don't know, either you're Sunni, Baha'i, Khoja, Bohri, Dewalia, Devanbandi, Arwareli, you're either Chilia.
The point is, I don't want to talk about other religions right now. And I don't want to talk about other religions. 1 minute, Kapil, I need to make a point. And I would not agree. 1 minute, Kapil, I need to make a suo moto comment here. Please, I have a sore throat. Don't speak over me. Volume down. I just want to make a point here. I'm making a point here. 1 minute, Kapil, don't be so enthusiastic. Wait. I am just making a small point here to Vineet. Vineet, in the process of saying Hindu and proud, we must never say anything against people of other religions. That is not the way I operate. I say I'm Hindu and proud. I know there are some other anchors who like to abuse other religions. I'm not among them. So what you said about Pancharwala and all is not right. I agree with you that the Congress party has done everything possible to undermine the economic development of Muslims. But the phrase I don't agree with. Now, we don't need to make. Now my comment here. Kapil.
Arnab, this gentleman has made some, obnoxious comment. Allow me to make only a rebuttal, and I would hope that you are not, and you will not interrupt me.
Force my Muslim brothers to become poor by denying them education. You have forced them to go to madrasa.
So now allow me to make my.
Why they have been divided?
Okay, let's get Tuhin and
Gita. Arnab, can there be a debate like this? Can there be a debate? He can go on and on. Now let me tell you.
No, see what is happening, Kapil. People, Hindus are very angry. Kapil, Hindus are very angry with what the Congress party is allowing. And the Congress party allowing it like this is not. And allies of the Congress saying these things, I think people have a right to be upset.
Now, will you allow me?
No, people have a right to be upset. And Hindus are becoming more assertive. It's a fact. You'll have to deal with it. I will allow you to speak, please.
Yes.
Of course I will.
Now, the fact remains, the problem is that we've seen instances where people come in the cholas of sadhus. We've seen people like Bajrang Muni who call themselves religious leader, and perhaps Tuhin and this gentleman who was speaking everything, obnoxious, perhaps for him, he could be a torchbearer of Sanatan Dharma. But as a proud Hindu, I would say that he's a plot on Sanatan Dharma. I would say that he's people like Bajrang Muni who gives their blood.
Why can't you comment on the Archbishop? Please comment on that. You don't have daring to do that, sir.
Can I respond to
You can't do that, sir.
बजरंग मुनि, अगर आप बजरंग मुनि जैसे लोग को, अगर
आपकी हिम्मत नहीं बोलने की, सर, I challenge you to solve that.
अरे बजरंग मुनि रेप थ्रेट्स दे रहा है, बजरंग मुनि रेप थ्रेट्स दे रहा है, आप उसकी वकालत कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे आके, आप वकालत कर रहे हैं उसका, और आपको मैं
Kapil, I want Tuhin to come in. Kapil, 1 minute, Vineet. Let's get Geeta and Tuhin on the debate as well. 1 minute. Kapil, take a break. Kapil, take a break. Take a break. Hindus are proud and Hindus are assertive. It is no. Kapil,
यहाँ पे जो ये जेंटलमैन बात कर रहे थे ना, मुझे ये भी पता है कि ये उसी इंस्टीट्यूट से पढ़े होंगे जिसकी स्थापना कांग्रेस के टाइम पे हुई होगी। पूछ लीजिए, मैं बिना बोले ये कॉन्फिडेंस से ये बात बोल रहा हूँ।
आप जरा 2 मिनट चुप रहिए। 2 मिनट चुप रहिए। आप 2 मिनट चुप रहिए। मैंने विनीत को I've taken him off air for a minute. Vineet back. Now yes, I have studied from Kapil Madhan. मेरी बात सुनिए।
आप हिंदू कॉलेज से है कि नहीं है?
जरा हिंदू कॉलेज के बारे में कम बोले तो अच्छा है। हाँ, 1 मिनट सुनिए। मैं हूँ हिंदू कॉलेज से। मैं हूँ हिंदू कॉलेज। I am proud of being from हिंदू कॉलेज। No, आप बोलने की कोशिश क्या करें? वॉल्यूम डाउन। आप क्या हिंदू कॉलेज कर रहे हैं? I am from हिंदू कॉलेज। मैं कोई रॉलिंस कॉलेज फ्लोरिडा से नहीं हूँ। आपके नेता कोई रॉलिंस कॉलेज फ्लोरिडा से है? मैं हिंदू कॉलेज से हूँ। ये रॉलिंस कॉलेज फ्लोरिडा से बहुत बेहतर कॉलेज है। मुझे फ्लोरिडा भागने की जरूरत नहीं थी कॉलेज का पढ़ाई लिखाई करने के लिए। आप क्या बोल रहे हैं? मैं हिंदू कॉलेज से हूँ।
मैं ये बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि ये जो यहाँ पे जेंटलमैन आके बोल रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस ने एजुकेशन
क्या कोशिश कर रहे हैं?
ये बोल रहा हूँ,
Why did you deny my Muslim brother's education? Why did you deny my Muslim sister's education? Why did you deny them rights, sir? It is Rajiv Gandhi who denies them justice after the Supreme Court has given justice.
आप जिस पार्टी को आप सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, वो
I'm taking a short break.
बॉयकॉट की बात करते हैं।
नहीं, 1 minute. Kapil, before I take a break, I have to go to Geeta right now. Geeta and Chandan and Tala. 1 minute. Geeta and Tala. You see, I'll tell you what happens, Tala. Hindus have been pushed into a corner for 70 years. Hindus were made sitting ducks in Kashmir. Right? जब कश्मीर में बोला गया था रलीव सलीव या गलीव, which means either you convert to Islam, right, or you leave Kashmir or you die.
Arnab, you just cannot complete any debate of yours without bringing the Muslim-Hindu angle. Without bringing in the Hindu-Muslim angle, you just cannot complete a debate.
I am saying to Chandan Gowda at that time, what was the Congress party doing?
This is the dirty
What was the Congress party doing then?
The Hindu hero and rest of the country.
What was it doing then? When Akbaruddin Owaisi said,
give through this debate, is that anyone who is against BJP, anyone who is against Modi ji is anti-Hindu? And you have to bring in the Islamic factor. You have to talk about Muslims. भाई आपका अंदर का मामला योर इंटरनल मैटर आप एड्रेस कीजिए। You have to target the DMK leader.
Kashmir is not an internal matter, sir. Kashmir was not an internal matter. It was a Hindu genocide. Kashmir was a Hindu genocide. Kashmir was a Hindu genocide.
What happened in Gujarat?
It was not. Was it not a Hindu genocide?
What happened in Gujarat? What happened in Nashikpura?
कश्मीर का जिक्र किया because eradication वैसे ही होता है कश्मीर में actually eradication
you have to bring in the Kashmiri Pandit angle, you have to bring in the Islamic angle, you have to bring in the Muslim angle. You will never talk about Muslims being genocide in the country, Muslims being persecuted.
Today DMK and the other INDI partners may attempt all kind of intellectual chicanery, but that is exactly
no one on this debate has targeted the DMK leader who spoke against the Sanatan Dharma. These people sitting on the right side of the panel are defending Modi ji.
I'll take a 30-second break, ladies and gentlemen, now. Going into the break, 3, 2, 1, and I'll be back in 30 seconds. ladies and gentlemen, trending tonight is Hindus and proud, and I don't think anyone should be surprised about it because Professor Geeta, but it had to happen because Hindus are not footnotes in Bharat. People have tried to make Hindus and Hindu culture and Hindu tradition and Hindu history a footnote in Indian history, but now things are changing. Hindus are very strong, and we are asking which Indian history book celebrates Senapati Bapat? What place did they dedicate to Veer Savarkar in Indian history? Which history book actually spoke in detail about Aurobindo Ghosh? Was Durgavati Devi not a key member of the Hindustan Socialist Republican Army? Was Bal Gangadhar Tilak not the father of the Indian unrest?
Arnab, what was the role of
ये सब बातें पूछी जाएंगी.
Arnab, can you detail us the role of Veer Savarkar in the independence struggle?
I must say,
What was
Arnab,
the role of
that
Veer Savarkar
your
in the
tagline
independence
today,
struggle?
Hindu and proud,
Please
there
enlighten
is
us,
so
please
much
enlighten us.
positivity, and it is so affirmative in nature, and it is reflecting the mood of the society. And I'm sure that millions of Indians today, they can identify with the tagline that today you have put in the program, Hindu and proud. Yes, Arnab, you are absolutely right. That, since independence, the whole ecosystem and the education system was in such a way that Hindus were, by default, they were made to be feeling demoralized about their past, their culture, their heritage, about their sages, and all that has been
So a decade ago, you didn't feel proud as a Hindu.
And, in astronomy, in mathematics, but somehow it never came into our books. We could never feel proud about it. But in the last 1 decade, there has been a reawakening. There have been, rather, the society has been feeling that they have been cheated for so long. Why is it that they were kept away from the actual past, from the actual history of this country? And that is the reason that today, when there are some political leaders who have shown a total intellectual bankruptcy, and the whole motive is basically to address their political fiefdom and their political interests. And there is also this question, it is what had transpired in the Mumbai meeting of these opposition leaders, that immediately after that, this kind of a hatred towards the religion is being spurted out.
Yeah, was it planned? That is the point. Why has this happened after the Mumbai meeting? Let me ask this to Chandan Gowda. Why has it happened in your view right after the Mumbai meeting?
Arnab, I think it's a mere coincidence. If you just examine the context in which Udayanathan Stalin spoke, that meeting must have been decided months in advance. So he happened to say whatever he said there. And soon after
that, what Parmeshwaran said
something. Yes, and
what Priyank Kharge said,
was asked to respond.
What A. Raja said, what Karti Chidambaram said.
Any religion that doesn't allow for equality is not a religion in my view. I think that is not targeting Hinduism. So anyway, Arnab, there seems to be a flurry of statements around the same time, but I don't suspect they're all orchestrated. But the other thing is, when you have when Sanatana Dharma is being talked about in the public, through channels like yours and papers, then you're actually inviting people to think about it, which is why you have the RJD president saying whatever he said today in Bihar. So, the debate on this question has emerged, and we've not seen one in a long time, and people will now feel obliged to think about it and see how to think about it. Is it really what we've been told it was? Do we need to re-examine it? Things like that. So, in that sense, something has, emerged in the public imagination now, and we'll see.
No, it was always there. I believe Sadhvi Jayabharati will come in. It was always there. Tuhin, my own take is always it was there. Hindus were feeling humiliated, insulted, attacked, targeted, threatened, warned. It's just that now they've said enough is enough. Tuhin.
Arnab, on your show, let me assure everybody in the country today that, the Sanatan Hate Project has been a long-going project by the Congress and other members of India Alliance. And they managed to get away with it for many decades. But today, the country has changed. Today, just count how many senior ministers have come out in the open to call out the bluff of these parties. And I can assure you that anybody who has dreamt and fantasized about eradicating the Hindu faith, that ideology has been eradicated from the country, be it the ideology of Aurangzeb. And similarly, the ideology of DMK and the ideology of Congress will be decimated in 2024.
Aren't you reading the stories for last 8-9 years about the violent attacks on the minority communities? About the killings and destruction of their homes and livelihoods, about their daily humiliation, about the injustices meted out to them by the state and the society. Please debate that also. Please say something on that also. Is there any aspect of the lives of minorities which has been allowed to remain private? They are a matter of public discussion, and everyone feels.
Ladies and gentlemen,
to comment on them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a very strong response, and I think we need to talk about what we need to talk about is that Hindus will not be pushed to a corner anymore, and this whole kind of politics of Akbaruddin Owaisi, the kind of politics which is being pushed forth by people who have come forth and made almost genocidal comments against the Hindu community, are going to make Hindus even more assertive, vocal, and always, as always, proud. Viewers, on Republic, we speak freely on issues that we want you to think about. Every day, it is our attempt to make sure that there is introspection on issues which sometimes, without such debate, we tend to only skim the surface. I shall see you at 9 o'clock tomorrow again, hopefully with a better throat. Good night and goodbye.
2017 Republic TV. 2019 Republic Bharat. 2021 Republic Bangla. 2023 Republic Kannada, coming soon on India's largest news network.
People of this country know that whichever language we go to, we are speaking for the people 24/7. We are truly the voice of the people. Today we dedicate Republic Kannada to the people